Iconic Creative is a small boutique agency in Hanwell, West London. We provide creative services to heritage and museums venues, businesses large and small, and heritage and military charities. A designer with over 20 years experience, I set up Iconic Creative in 2010 to help clients create eye-catching and effective marketing material that captures the intangible elements of their venue or their company and that creates emotional resonance for their potential visitors, guests and clients. We've teamed up with Isabel Davis from Pigeon Scratch Productions. Isabel is an experienced artist and illustrator, and she's also an experienced primary teacher. In her work, she creates child-focused, innovative, fun illustrations that capture the joy of being a child and give that certain something extra to your maps and activity sheets. Through our extensive design, photography and video experience, we help our clients create a coherent and cohesive message that creates emotional resonance with their visitors and potential visitors, and that helps them create a curiosity and a desire to learn more. Through Isabel's teaching experience, we have a great understanding of what is required for the national curriculum, so can target material specifically for that. She also has a great understanding of how children are inspired, how they learn, what sort of things engage them. So we can provide a child-focused service for your venue. Size is no barrier to the type of business or venue we can help. We've worked with small enterprises such as the Museum of Richmond and the Catherine Buchan Meadow Trust, to clients such as the Islington Heritage Centre, to Disney, to people like Hasbro and Islington Camden Council. Why should you work with us? We have over 20 years design experience, and most of that is designed for print. So we can help you with your project from initial concept right through to print stage, liaising with the printer for you and making sure your project is to deadline. We've worked in a wide range of markets, including financial markets such as Swiss Re. We've worked for public sector facing markets such as Camden and Islington Council. We've also worked for the computer games and film industry, for companies such as Disney's, Electronic Arts and Sony, producing materials such as packaging, multilingual packaging. So we have extensive experience that would support any project that you would want to undertake.
We tailor make our maps, trails and activity sheets to help the child develop independent learning skills and to help them problem solve, which will encourage creativity as well. And we do this in a way that's fun, inspiring, and will give the child a lasting impression, experience, positive experience of your venue.
Hi, I'm Nicola and I'm a designer, photographer and filmmaker. I've been a designer for over 20 years and I was one of the lick and stick brigade, in that we used to do designs on the drawing board and with rotoring pens and set squares. Now of course we use computers, and I've designed work for a large variety of clients including Disney, Hasbro, Lego, Camden Council, Swiss Re and P&O. I've done stuff for P&O, so obviously a large range of clients. I'm also a photographer. My father was a photographer for the BBC and he worked for them for 33 years. And as such, I've always had a camera of some description. And a few years ago, I undertook an HNC in photography and gained a distinction, and I'm an LRPS qualified photographer. I'm also a filmmaker, and my first short film, What Did You Do in the War, Grandad, was accepted into a festival in Santa Monica. I've always had a love of history and at one point wanted to be an archaeologist. I've got a postgrad in heritage interpretation. I'm also a re-enactor, and I was a Viking re-enactor and a Tudor re-enactor for 16 years. I did 3 seasons at Kentwell Hall in Long Melford in Suffolk as a Tudor re-enactor, and I was a member of a re-enactment society for Vikings for 16 years. I used to love all the research, finding out all the historical facts and also making the costumes. I love doing the living history displays and the battle displays. I'm Associate Tutor at Birkbeck University, teaching the principles of layout and design to journalist students, obviously teaching them the best ways of setting up material for print, particularly magazines as they're journalists, and also for digital nowadays because a lot of magazines have gone online. I'm a qualified CELTA teacher too, teaching adults whose English is a second language and helping them to gain a better understanding of English.
Hi, I'm Isabel Davis. I've been a teacher for 26 years. I'm an early years specialist and I've taught primary school too. I studied art at Sir John Cass Art School, which is nicknamed the Aldgate Bauhaus, and through my illustrations I like to create a safe space for children to explore, problem solve and experience different subjects educationally. I aim to make them fun, hopefully to create memories of a visit that will encourage them to come back time and time again, and also to use illustrations to interpret the particular venue that the child or young adult is visiting. I hold a postgraduate certificate in education from Sunderland University and have taught in multicultural settings both in the UK and in the Middle East. I have exhibited in the Middle East and in London. I'm also a published artist. I am currently working on children's book illustration as well as materials for museums and heritage sites. I also do voluntary charity work and have raised money for various charities through my artwork. These include projects in Africa, educational charities in the Middle East, and charities here in the UK.
In this COVID-19 and coronavirus lockdown situation, things are very difficult for businesses of all types. Pubs are closed, cafes are shut, museum venues and heritage sites are closed as well. And this is obviously very difficult for all concerned. People are stuck at home, bored. So we can offer creative projects to help you create eye-catching and engaging resources for people at home. We can offer projects such as photography projects with things like pinhole cameras or man ray photography where you use leaves and things in nature to create sun photography, or we can do illustration projects where you can develop your own character, how to develop a character, or how to create pin man animations. So we can help you create engaging virtual experiences and help visitors to remain loyal to your site and return when the venues are open again. To learn how iconic creative consultants can help you create eye-catching and effective marketing materials for your venue, Call 0775 341 3005 now, or check us out on social media.